and I have been together for 8 years, engaged for 3. I know what you're thinking. A 3-year engagement, that's insane. But it makes sense. I was in school for the beginning part of our engagement, and I didn't want to deal with wedding planning while also in school. And also, I have a dream wedding venue, okay? This has been my dream wedding venue since I was a little girl, and I checked in as soon as I got engaged to see what dates were available, and there was a 3-year wait list. I talked to my fiance, and he said that since this venue was so important to me, he was totally fine doing a long engagement. Call me extra if you want, but I could not imagine myself getting engaged anywhere else except for this venue. It's literally been on every single one of my Pinterest boards since I was 9. So 3 years ago, my fiance and I booked my dream venue for January 2025, only in a few months. Everything's basically booked. We have all of our vendors, the caterers, the photographer, everything. We are ready to go. Here's where the drama starts. Yesterday, my family threw a big family barbecue for our entire extended family, and that is where my little sister announced that she was expecting with her fiance. Everyone was really excited for them. We all love my little sister's fiance. He's a great guy. They were supposed to be getting married at the end of 2025, and that's when my grandma asked, hey, so you still planning to get married at the end of 2025? You're gonna have a newborn. And that's when my little sister says that they actually want to push up their wedding to January. Yes, January. Yeah, that's when I'm getting married. If you guys forgot about that. I didn't say anything, no big deal. I can share my wedding month. I'm not that much of a bridezilla, and I get it. I mean, I don't really get why she couldn't get married in February or March, but, whatever. She's pregnant. She wants to get married as soon as possible. But obviously when my little sister says January, we all are kind of taken aback because that is soon. So my grandma responds, well, do you have anything planned? Where are you going to have this wedding? And that's when my little sister turns to me with big puppy dog eyes. She says to me, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about, Kels. We were hoping that we could just kind of take your venue. Take my venue? My dream venue that I've waited 3 years for? And she knows this. She knows this has been my dream venue. She's known it was my dream venue since I was 9 years old and she was 7, okay? So this ask is not a small ask. And she's obviously putting me on the spot in front of our entire family who are just expecting me to cater to my little sister like everyone does, okay? She's the baby of the family, the youngest of all the cousins, so she's always gotten everything she's wanted. So they're just looking at me like, oh, what a nice thing to do for your little sister. No, okay? I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. After a few seconds of me not saying anything, she continues. She's like, everything that you've planned for your wedding so far is absolutely stunning, and it's just going to be too stressful for me to try to plan something right now while I'm pregnant. So I just think that would be the right thing for you to do, to just give me your venue and all the things you have planned. Not only does she want the venue, yet she wants my caterer, she wants my makeup artist, she just wants to take my wedding, boop, switch out the bride and groom. It's them. That's what she wants. We can just send little updated invitations that say that there's going to be a different bride and groom, right? It's that easy. That's when my little sister's fiance jumps in and he's like, we talked about this. We said we weren't going to put her on the spot. And my little sister looks at him and is like, don't be like that. Of course she's going to give the venue to her little sister. We're not putting her on the spot. I mean, yeah, you are putting me on the spot. Then my little sister says, Kels just wants what's best for me. It's no big deal, right? And finally, I respond. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is a big deal. And not getting the immediate yes that she expected from me causes her to lose it. She bursts into tears and runs out of the family barbecue. And everyone's looking at me with the most disappointed looks, like I'm the villain. And that's when the disapproving comments start. My grandma calls me selfish. My mom is like, Kels, you waited 3 years to get married. Would it have really been that bad to just wait a few more months? Do you not get that it wouldn't be a few more months? In order for me to have that venue, I'd have to wait another 3 years. I did not wait 3 years to get married just so that I could then not have that venue. And I'm not waiting another 3 years to get married. That's absolutely absurd. If it would have been easy enough for me to just plan another wedding at my venue, I would have done it for her, even though it's an extra request. But it's just not feasible. My dad called me that night, and my mom and my little sister are both on the other line. He tells me that Why should it matter where I get married? It doesn't matter what the venue is. All that matters is that I'm getting married to the person I love. Okay, if the venue doesn't matter, then why can't my little sister just pick up something that has an opening in January? There's lots of venues that have last minute openings in January, just not one that she would want. I tell my family, I'm like, listen, I will help her plan her wedding, but she's not going to use my venue. She's going to have to get her own. And that's when she starts losing it on the phone. She's sobbing. She's like, this is so unfair. You always get everything you want. I'm sorry. Should we do a recap of our childhood? Because that is not the case, Missy. My parents are like, Kels, just do this one thing for your little sister. When has she ever asked you for anything? First of all, she asks me for everything all the time. And when she's not asking me for things, it's because she's already gotten them from asking for my parents. I said it's pretty clear that she just wants my wedding. She wants all of my planning and my venue and all of the work I've put in. The easiest solution to me is if she wants my wedding venue so badly, why doesn't she get on the wait list for 3 years? And by the time it's her wedding, she won't be pregnant anymore. Look at that. Crisis averted. The drama that this has caused is absolutely absurd. Certain members of my family are threatening to not even go to my wedding because they say I'm being selfish and I'm causing my sister so much unneeded stress during her pregnancy. My fiance's family is super angry at my family for even bringing this up as an issue because, again, they've all made plans to attend our wedding. It would be a huge inconvenience for their family to change all of these plans as well. I don't know what to do because I am not about to give up my venue, but also I don't want my little sister to be upset, and I also don't want my family not coming to my wedding. A day after all of this went down at the family barbecue, my sister's fiance actually calls me. Now, I was not expecting to get a call from him because I expected that he would be giving me the silent treatment as well, but he actually called me to apologize for the inconvenience. He told me that him and my sister had discussed it, and they agreed that they were not going to bring this up at the family barbecue. The man is sane and has a conscience, so he actually was not on board with even asking me in the first place. He has seen me plan this wedding for multiple years and knows it's my dream wedding venue and was just like, I don't want to have a wedding and feel uncomfortable the whole time knowing that in order for us to get married, we had to take somebody's dream venue. He told me that this has caused a huge conflict between him and my sister because, it is in her nature to be selfish. She feels like she's entitled to everything. But he said that the way that she's handling it is just making him rethink a lot of things about their relationship. He's moved out. He's not even staying in their house anymore. And apparently she's blaming me for all of this. So glad he gave me that heads up. My dad has sent me multiple texts since the barbecue saying, I hope you're happy. Your sister hasn't stopped crying since yesterday. I can't believe that you would potentially ruin her marriage. I am not potentially ruining anybody's marriage, okay? Leave me out of it. My fiance and I made the decision to boot my little sister from my wedding party and instead replace her with my aunt, who was the only family member at the barbecue that took my side. I'm still deciding if I want to boot my family as a whole from the wedding, like every single person that wasn't supportive at the barbecue. I mean, I don't want the drama, but also I want my family there. Apparently, my mom took it upon herself to call my fiance's family and explain why it would be for the best that my little sister got the venue because she needs it way more than me. My future father-in-law tells it like it is, and he ripped my mom apart. He told her that it is the most ridiculous thing ever asking this, and that she's going to lose me entirely if she keeps playing favorites. In these situations, it can be really hard to stand up for yourself, so shout out to my father-in-law for doing what needed to be done. Of course, my mom calls me telling me how terrible my father-in-law is and how he's so mean and that she can't even be at a wedding if he's gonna be there. Is he really the villain here? Really, take a look in the mirror and think about who the villain is in this story. The whole thing just seems like a bad soap opera at this point, if I'm being honest with you. My little sister did see part 1 of this story time and read the comments, and yeah, she's not happy. She says that she hates the way that I'm painting her out to be loony and misinterpreting facts. Like, girl, what am I misinterpreting? She said this whole thing is totally unfair, that she asked me nicely for my wedding venue because we're family and I love her and I should do this for her to be nice. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I can't even take this seriously. Also, what is nice about throwing a temper tantrum about this entire thing? She made a point to note that the opinions of strangers on the internet doesn't matter because this is about family and I should prioritize doing what's going to make my family members happy. Okay, wait, let's turn this around. What you're doing isn't going to make me very happy, so why do I only have to be the one to make everybody else happy? That's not how that works. I sent her a text and said, listen, I'm sorry that this entire situation is upsetting you. It's upsetting me as well, but I didn't mischaracterize anything. I didn't exaggerate anything. I didn't even really talk about your tone or the way you phrased certain things. I made you look better. I told her that I was sick of bending to her will and that I've spent my entire life being her doormat. Does she remember every single birthday I had to share with her because she would throw a temper tantrum if I got to open a present and she didn't, even on my birthday? Or the fact that she would cry and beg until I would fill out job applications for her, do her chores, literally do any job that she needed to get done. Does she remember how she ruined my entire graduation because she just wanted to make it about herself? I remember. I told her that I was done. I admitted that I had spoiled her and contributed to the issue, but I wasn't going to do it anymore. I have spent so much time planning my wedding, and I wasn't just going to gift it to her simply because she wanted it and she felt like she was entitled to it. And if she wanted to ruin our entire relationship on this, go for it. I'm not going to lose sleep at night knowing that I did nothing wrong. And do you think that she sent a mature, understanding response? Of course not. She responds, wow, you must love me very much. Okay, the gaslighting, the manipulation. Then you know what she does? She blocks me. The girl blocks me, my own sister. Okay, at least I won't get any more annoying texts from you. But she did unblock me this morning to send me screenshots between her